I'm going to ask two very special people to come up to close the morning so that you can go have lunch. One is Colin Hennigar, who's a Move the Dial champion, a dear friend, and head of major gifts at SickKids, and one is my daughter, Lily. Come on out. Oh, wait, one thing. Thank you. Hi, sweet pie. So to thank all of our speakers and our partners and our champions, Move the Dial is making a $10,000 donation today to SickKids to say thank you, and this is going to be why. Go ahead, Lil.
My name is Lily, and I'm a patient ambassador of SickKids. If you're wondering about my red hair, there was a Halloween accident. Don't focus on it, please. My backstory with SickKids is crazy, and I'm grateful that it exists. It all started during a trip to Punta Cana with my parents when I was 18 months old. During the last few days of our trip, I got very sick. When we returned to Toronto, my parents realized it was more than a cough. I developed a fever of 105. It ended up being a rare blood infection from a bacteria called Kingella kingae, which made me very sick. I spent 10 days in the hospital. My mom tells me that we're so lucky to have been in the ER at SickKids because they took special blood cultures that they allowed to grow for 5 days. It was only through this test that they found the infection. A few weeks later, I got sick again with another infection and returned to SickKids, and another, and another, and another. I slept in the hospital for many nights over the course of 2 years. I remember getting bravery beads each time I was brave during a needle or an x-ray. My memories of being at the hospital are now only the smiles on the doctors' faces and my collection of bravery beads. Finally, at 4 years old, I was diagnosed with something rare called Kawasaki disease. The same evening, we had a scary moment when I had a bad reaction to the IV drugs. This was the moment that my mom calls her gift, even though it was scary. She realized that she wanted to do something great in the world to make an impact. She didn't love being a lawyer and wanted to do something to...
It's good.
What?
No, it's funny.
What?
I was like that I didn't love being a lawyer.
She didn't love being a lawyer and wanted to do something to help girls like me and to help the hospital because the doctors and nurses at SickKids gave me health. And that is how Move the Dial came to be. So in some ways, we're here today because of SickKids, because if they didn't help me, Move the Dial wouldn't have been created. If you want kids like me or many others around the world to be safe, happy, and healthy, please donate to SickKids or any other cause that's important to you. Today, you can get a new professional headshot upstairs and donate to SickKids to help them build a new hospital. They really need one. Thank you for taking time out of your day to come here. Once again, I'm Lily and have a wonderful day.
Yes.
I'm going back now.
Please join me in another round of applause for Lily as our newest patient ambassador. Thank you, everyone, I'm standing between you and lunch right now, so I won't take much of your time, but I'm honored to be here as a champion of Move the Dial and as Vice President of SickKids Foundation. I want to tell you about a Move the Dial story, and it's not about this person on the screen. So this is about a woman that was a visionary. She had an idea to create something that would change healthcare across not only Toronto, Canada, but the world. She was proudly Canadian. She had 3 children, she was in her late 20s, and she had this idea. And what she did is almost a friends and family round of funding. She brought together 6 of her friends. They were all women. And they raised money to find a first space for their office. The space was big enough for 6 of their clients, and their first client was a little girl named Maggie. They then went out and found more funding as the brand grew bigger and bigger, the need grew bigger and bigger. They moved 4 times across the city of Toronto. Unfortunately, this woman passed away before the 5th move. But the 5th move was to 555 University Avenue. That company that she had the vision for now employs over 10,000 people, sees over 100,000 clients every year, and has an annual operating budget of $1 billion. That company is SickKids. That woman was Elizabeth McMaster in 1875, who had the vision to create the hospital for sick children. Today, Elizabeth McMaster moved the dial for many women, and one of them is on the screen. This is Dr. Anna Goldenberg. She is the newest chair at SickKids, an academic honor. She is recognized for her work in artificial intelligence, and as we tear down SickKids over the next 10 years and rebuild it again, Dr. Goldenberg will build the artificial intelligence platform that will help diagnose kids better, faster, so they have better outcomes, live longer, and live healthier. So today I ask you to join us in building a new SickKids. I ask you to donate at our booth upstairs, and I ask you to be part of the future of children's health. Thank you.